Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's my first video ever, and I'll be reviewing one of my favorite tracks from Invent Animate's latest album, Heavener. And as the title indicates, it's for Void Surfacing. And while this album is strong from start to finish, I definitely felt like this song in particular was worthy of being a single. Of course, they never released it as a single, but it is one of those hidden gems on this album. And anyway, without further ado, let's get into the track itself. And before we actually get started, I'm going to be breaking down the track into discrete time points. So the first part's going to be from the start to about 25 seconds in. And I find that the intro of the song is simply fantastic and gives the listener a lot of expectations in terms of what's about to happen next, especially as things build up. So here we'll have a listen. And they're just so good at that sparkly guitar in the background. And right there, you can kind of feel that the cymbals start to come in, and you know something is just about to happen here. And so in the next section, it's going to be up to 1:20 in the song, and I absolutely love the main riff of the song and how it kind of reminds me of songs like Dark Bloom and Cloud Cascade, where the guitar kind of swaps between the lower end and then the higher end kind of technical picking up the neck. And so we'll have a listen to that as well. How do you write this, you know? I know I said that the this current section's up into 1:20, but I'm just gonna pause here just before we get into the vocals. But you know, what a massive buildup, and you can really feel that the song is gonna be something special just from hearing that. And just kind of a side note here, I loved Grey View. That was an incredible album. And but you know, I think with Marcus having just started there, it's great to see how his become more comfortable with his vocals throughout this album, and even with their EP. I thought that was a fantastic release as well. One of my favorite releases of that year too when it came out. And of course, we're going to get into the verse here, and I find it's not overly technical, but there are some fantastic pieces towards the ends of the section where there are those long open notes and kind of makes that like mysterious sounding type breakdown. And so we'll just get into that here too. Oh yeah, right here. And of course, coming up next is one of my favorite parts of the song, and it's actually the chorus. I found Marcus just has a fairly wide vocal range in general, and so when his mid-range singing comes into play here, I find it just does a really good job of suiting the entire track as a whole. And of course, the instruments do a great job of keeping pace and making sure that it doesn't take away from what Marcus is doing. And so I just found it's kind of somber and really just sets the mood for what the song is about. And there's also one other part. It's around 154 in the song, and there's some really subtle bends on the guitar, as well as some harmonics around 204. And I'll kind of pause around those pieces. You know, and don't get me wrong, I love when he is just completely belting out in his vocal style, but his mid range is just so lovely. It's so calm. Okay, I just want to quickly revisit those two sections. So 154 around here, you'll hear those bends right in the background. They're a little subtle, so if you ever, when you're listening to the song on your own, just pause there and have a listen. And I'm just going to go over to about 204 as well. The harmonics are just in the right ear, and I think they did a really great job of placing them in that spot. It just adds a little sparkle, and I think it's a great addition to the production. And of course, that's a whole other topic, getting into how well they crafted this album. Okay, and just before we get into this next section, this is from about 214 to 239. They kind of pull the bass out of the track a little bit and gives the track a little bit of a roomier feeling. And I find it really prepares the listener for what's about to happen right after that. And if you know what I'm talking about, you've definitely, and you heard this track, you know exactly what's going to happen. But here, let's just have a listen to that as well. Right here, the bass is kind of pulled out. And of course, they return to that intro riff, and I thought that was a spectacular move, especially because the intro riff did such a good job at building up what was about to happen in the entirety of the song. And so I think that most listeners at this point are getting an idea of what exactly is about to happen. And of course, you're an Invent Animate fan, you know exactly what could occur here. And so let's just have a listen to that. And I'm going to pause right here just for one moment. And so I'm going to actually reverse just a couple of seconds. I want to get that whole breakdown there. But I think this breakdown is absolutely disgusting. It's so incredibly clean. And when Marcus lays down the line of, you chose to walk, you can just imagine the chaos of that this song is going to cause during a live show. And so I really, really, really hope that on the Heavener tour coming up that they actually play this song. I think it would be a total missed opportunity if they don't. It's truthfully one of those breakdowns where I just could not believe what happened. Honestly, no drywall was safe at that point. But yeah, it's a fantastic breakdown. And, maybe on that tour, they could play the album front to back. And I know it's a big demand, but if they did front to back and a couple extra songs at the end to round off the set, that would be unreal. But anyway, without further ado, let's listen to this breakdown and kind of get into that. I can't imagine the smiles on their faces when they came up with this breakdown. They must have been thrilled with themselves. All right, and as we exit the breakdown there, we return back to that soft, sparkly guitar, and it just does such a great job of backing a lot of Invent tracks, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about them, that ambient guitar that's just picking slowly. It's very special piece of the band. I think they've been doing that since their first release, but yeah, let's get back into this here. And again, just back to that chorus, and while you only hear it a couple of times, I think that it does a great job of being in the middle of the song and then once more at the end, just before we get into that outro that kind of leads us out of the song. And if you didn't catch those guitar bends or the harmonics in the first chorus, it's happening here as well in the background. So definitely go back and have another listen at that. It's just such a nice, subtle piece that they added into the song. Yeah, so there you have it. That was a little bit of my own personal anecdote on the song. I think that Invent Animate is in a truly special place right now, and it's great that they were able to dig back in with Marcus as their vocalist and really find and carve a sound for themselves. Even after a few years of defining what they sounded like, it seems like they still have that core invent from Everchanger and Still World and of course Graveview, but they really seem to have made a unique sound in the metalcore space here. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for your time and attention and for watching this video, of course. So if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more of this content, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, thanks so much and have a great day.